But big stuff, big stuff. Momentum shifting. Seismic changes are gonna happen because of it. The NBA draft lottery was bonkers a couple nights ago. Bonkers. All right. So they're going through, and Lakers supposed to have the 12th, 11th pick. They get there and they're not gone. So all right, they're in the top 4.
Yeah.
And then you start going up the thing in Chicago, who was bottom 4 odds, tied for 14th. They end up with the 7th spot. Phoenix. I'm used to hockey. Phoenix switched to Arizona, They fell out of the top 4. And you end up with Lakers at the 4th spot. New York Knicks had the potential of the number 1. But I like what the NBA does. Everybody's got 14% odds now, the bottom 4. They end up with the 3rd pick. Memphis Grizzlies 2nd. And the Pelicans jump up to grab the 1st overall draft pick. This is huge for a lot of reasons. Number 1, not everybody, a lot of people were expecting New York Knicks to take Zion Williamson. Stephen A. Smith thought and lost his shit because he thought they lost up to Zion Williamson. I'm telling you, the way James Dolan operates, the way that New York Knicks organization operates, they undoubtedly would have traded that 1st overall pick for Anthony Davis, and that would attract Kyrie or KD, or both of them come over, and you'd instantly have a super team. Zion was never going to play in a Knicks jersey. But now the Pelicans have both chips in their hands. You got Anthony Davis, and you got Zion.
All the power at this moment.
All the chips. And now, LeBron James tweets out, number 4, beautiful. Because he's thinking, ooh, we didn't have enough to get AD at the trade deadline.
Nope.
But now we have a 4th overall pick. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. The New York Knicks have the 3rd overall pick.
I was going to say, 4th doesn't really mean much at this.
This draft is 3 superstars and then everybody else.
I don't even know who would be picked 4th.
Probably Cam Reddish.
Okay. I've heard his name floating around as 4th.
Played in Duke.
Sure.
You have Zion Williamson, who's going to go 1. John Morant, Memphis is probably going to take him number 2 and trade Mike Conley.
Yep.
And RJ Barrett will go number 3 to the Knicks. And then Cam Reddish is a big step off. It's a guy from Vanderbilt as well. I forget his name, Michael 4th. But either way, big drop off. So why in the hell would the Pelicans go and trade for the 4th overall pick for a lackluster, he's going to be a blue chip prospect, but not as good. Brandon Ingram, who's got blood clots in his arm. You don't even know what his NBA future is going to hold. Lonzo Ball, who is arguably shouldn't be in the NBA. He's a backup point guard at best. And then you have Kyle Kuzma, one good player you can get out of that. Or, this is what I'm laying down right now. You're going to hear it here first. It's going to happen.
It's a crazy theory here, boys. Let's hear it.
The New York Knicks are going to trade this year's 3rd overall pick.
Yep.
And 2 more 1st overall picks probably. At least 1 more. And Tim Hardaway Jr., whatever garbage they can scrape out from under that system. Because the Pelicans don't care what else they get. They care about the 3rd overall pick. And pairing RJ Barrett with his Duke teammate Zion Williamson. And then Zion goes from being his reaction video everybody's laughing at when Pelicans found out, and this guy was like, he just crapped himself. He couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it.
Now he's playing
Once they said Memphis 2nd, I couldn't believe it.
Now he's playing with his running mate that he played with all of Duke. They have such a close relationship. They said they lived together at Duke. They spent all their time together, all the same classes, drive everywhere together. One of his best friends going to the Pelicans with him. Selfishly, I want that because I don't want Barrett being stuck in that fire tire Knicks organization unless they get Kyrie and AD and all those guys. But that's what I see playing out, more than AD going to Boston or Lakers. You want me to tell you why he's not going to Boston?
I know. We all know why he's not going to Lakers. They're not going to give him up to Lakers. They don't. I feel like that's just, they don't want that. They don't want.
Well, here's the thing. Together. David Griffin is the head honcho now. He was not there during those trade talks.
Yeah.
So he might not care. If he feels that that's the best deal he can get, that's what he'll take. So he doesn't have those hard feelings. But it just becomes so much more clear that it's either going to be Lakers or Knicks. Probably Knicks for me, because the only way it makes sense for Boston to trade for him is if Kyrie stays. Because then you trade Tatum and Brown, and you're fine losing your young players because you have Kyrie and AD. But Kyrie it's almost a done deal. He's leaving. He looks so dejected and unhappy there. So you have to keep your young players.
I feel like the story is just not where he's going to go.
Yeah. But if you end up trading Tatum, Brown, Marcus Smart for AD and you don't have Kyrie, what do you have left? AD and Al Horford? No, I'd way rather let those young guys run it back when they went to the conference finals without Kyrie, right? So that takes Boston out of the equation.
That's what they want too.
Yeah, that takes Boston out of the equation. Lakers, why don't I want your 4th and a bunch of, washed up, dried out prospects,
Trauma queens.
right? When I can get the third pick and make Zion Williamson happy and play him with his best friend, and 2 of the top 3 picks, and 2 guys who are bound to be studs in the league, and let them grow together. And they already have that experience to playing together with one another. And they complement each other so well. Zion's got the hops. RJ Barrett's more of a ball handler, creates his own shot, but can go inside as well. Barrett can play the 2 and the 3, so he's not going to step on Drew Holiday's toes. AD's gone, so the 4 opens up for Zion. It just makes world of a sense to me. The Knicks will be happy. They'll get AD. It's a win-win for everyone. That's what's happening.
Hey, well, only time will tell.
Well, what do you think? I just been going on a tangent for 7 minutes.
About what? What they're gonna do?
The whole draft. Whole draft lottery.
Well, I'm sad that fucking Pelicans got the first pick. I don't want them to grab another big man and just do nothing with him again.
Oh, that's the thing. If
I don't want his career to just soil
Zion could very well.
New Orleans.
80's 26, so he's or 25, I think. He's been in the year 7 years in the league. Could you imagine? Fast forward 7 years, Zion Williamson is as good as Anthony Davis, which would be huge. And it's the same situation.
Still not going anywhere. Yeah.
Same situation. Exactly. They failed to build around him. But things I really like David Griffin. LeBron was really pissed when the Cavs fired him because Dan Gilbert was pissed off at him for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
David Griffin wanted to keep Kyrie. LeBron wanted to keep Kyrie. Dan Gilbert was pissed. Said, no, you're fired. So, David Griffin is smart. Brought in Kevin Love. All those surrounding pieces around LeBron James. He's a good guy. I think he can help Zion. I just pray that they don't squander one of the greatest prospects to come since LeBron James. He's the greatest prospect to come since LeBron James.
Easily. He's one of the only guys I hear is being compared to LeBron James.
Andrew Wiggins was for a bit, which is atrociously compared.
That's a joke.
He was coming out of high school.
He? I did not hear these talks.
And then once he got to Kansas, everybody realized he has no motor, no will to win.
Nope.
Nothing.
He ain't got the same mindset or motivation.
Yeah. Do you think, though, should Anthony Davis reconsider staying? Because they're going to get Zion?
If you don't, I feel like you're a fool. Like, come on. If you might be getting Zion, like, there's nothing in your head that makes, you know what, maybe the teams might be going somewhere now.
But we just said.
But
he's going into his 8th year.
Yeah. The
team's going nowhere. You're adding a guy who's big. He's got to play the 4. If he plays the 3, it's going to be tough for him.
It is.
And he's got no shot.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as Ben Simmons. That's one of
the biggest reasons why he can't play the 3.
He's not as bad as Ben Simmons, but he's got to be standing still, catch and shoot. He cannot create his own shot for the life of him. He's a drive inside, fly high guy. So pairing him with AD, I don't know. It's going to be like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Just too much clogged in the paint. There's no space for both of them to work in there.
Well, you need some shooters on that team. You can't just have 2 guys always going inside.
And the reports are AD has not changed his mind, which I think
from what I've heard, yeah.
I think that's the right call for him.
I also heard
get out of there.
Report today that they have no interest in doing anything with Lakers too. So I guess New York's the only.
I would be very happy if RJ Barrett ends up with the Pelicans. I know it's closer. I can probably go watch him at MSG if in New York, but that organization is just stupid. I hate him. I hate James Dolan. I can never wish that this team does well under him. Yeah. You're kicking out fans for saying that you should sell the team. You kick out Charles Oakley out of your building when he's one of your greatest players. Get out of here, man.
He's power tripping.
He is. And apparently he said they're trying to recruit Kyrie hard. And he said, I will step out of the way and you can have whatever you want. Well, if it's only Kyrie coming there, you're still going to suck. And apparently the rumors are
that he can't do much.
Apparently the rumors are they're also recruiting Marcus Morris and Terry Rozier. Are you effing kidding me? Do you not pay attention to nothing? Marcus Morris had been saying the whole year this locker room's broken. Yeah. Kyrie been saying I'm the leader. So obviously those two don't see eye to eye. And Terry Rozier just said on first take,
I know.
If they bring back Kyrie and everybody, I ain't staying. He does not want to play under Kyrie because he thinks he's a starting point guard or needs more minutes.
Which, hey.
And what did he say was the biggest?
He proved himself to be a top guard.
Yeah, and he said the biggest flaw with the Celtics was coaching and management made it seem like Kyrie and Gordon Hayward were untouchable. They play the way they play and we can't do nothing about it. So why would he want to go running back with Kyrie even if it's a different city?
If it didn't work in one place, why would it work somewhere else?
That's how stupid the Knicks are. I really hope RJ Barrett doesn't end up there. If they end up with a bunch of stars, they'll be fine. But they cannot build an organization how every other team would.